tips to make the religions in your fantasy world even more interesting. So the first thing you can do is make the gods or like the deities or the central figure in the religion have personality. Many times these figures are just reduced to having the supernatural powers and, granting some divine weapons to the players or the characters in your story and just helping them and being like the all powerful being. I mean, sure, a god has immense power, but with that there should come personality. How different this god is in, let's say, the pantheon of all the other gods, or even if this god is singular, what makes this god different than all the other iterations of god? Because even though there is immense power, in the end they are just reduced to this authoritative power which is able to do anything. I mean, sure, gods are able to do most things and many things, but in order to make them more interesting, in order to make them more perceivable, one shall look into these little nuances. Then the second thing you can do is make these religions different for different creatures. So let's say the humans, the elves follow the religion with a solar calendar, but let's say some other nocturnal creatures, let's say rat folks or a bird race of owl like creatures, they follow the nocturnal way of life, and that is why the religions are based mostly on the moon or like the night side of things. So let's say a tribe of rat folk have this festival where they hunt a human on like the brightest night of the year. And the reason they do it is because to celebrate a feast so that they can feed the entire tribe on that one night with this big kill. And so when it's more different and when it's connected to the identities of these different creatures in your fantasy world, it makes historical sense, it makes biological sense, and on top of that there is this mythology and story cemented onto it. And this makes not just the world you live in interesting, but how these characters perceive these different things in their environment as well.